Getting a college education can be overrated. It's expensive, it doesn't always encourage critical thinking, and many study just for the sake of studying something. While we're not suggesting you bail out of college, there are certain times where college doesn't prove to be a necessity for success, as you'll hear with these 10 people who prove college isn't necessary to be successful in life. Number 1. Anna Wintour. With a net worth of $50 million, it's hard to imagine that this fashion mogul got there without any formal education. Dame Anna Wintour has been editor-in-chief of Vogue since 1988, which publishes around 12 million magazines monthly and averages 1.2 million monthly online readers. She attended North London Collegiate School, and that's where her formal education ended. Fortunately for Wintour, her father was a newspaper editor, making her journey through fashion publications a little smoother than would be the norm. As she affirms, "I think my father really decided for me that I should work in fashion, so huge credit to her father for helping her become the success she is today." Number 2. David Geffen. A big jump in figures from Anna Wintour to David Geffen, who sits with a cool $10.2 billion in his bank account. It's thanks to Geffen that DreamWorks even exists, and he's the guy behind Geffen Records. So where did he begin that set him up for a few billion in the bank? In the mailroom of William Morris, a talent agency who used to have Charlie Chaplin on their books. Geffen didn't want a chance not getting into college, so he applied to 3: Santa Monica City College, Brooklyn College, and the University of Texas, but didn't study at any of them. When applying for the job at William Morris, he lied and said he graduated from UCLA along with a forged letter to prove the story. However, there is a piece of him at UCLA, as he donated $5 million to the Westwood Playhouse, since renamed the Geffen Playhouse. Number 3. Addison Rae. She needs a little introduction and a little education because it hasn't affected her rise to starry fame. Addison Rae is a true testament to the quote of David Letterman, "Life experience is the best teacher." She was attending Louisiana State University, where she studied sports broadcasting but decided to call it quits when her TikTok career was doing the exact opposite. Rae has only been on TikTok for a little over 2 years, and she rose to fame fast. Her net worth is around $5 million, and her first pop single, "Obsessed," reached number 4 on the New Zealand Hot Singles and came in at 92 on the US Billboard Hot 100. Number 4. Tyler Perry. He's a multi-talented force to be reckoned with. He wears the cap of actor, director, screenwriter, playwright, producer, author, and songwriter, and at an undisclosed date he added GED to the list. Perry dropped out of high school, which didn't deter him in becoming a billionaire. He was a carpenter's apprentice after receiving his GED, or graduate equivalency degree, and worked between 20 and 30 jobs before finding his calling, which he credited to Oprah. Perry says it was Oprah that inspired his love of writing. You can sample his writing by listening to his book, "Don't Make a Black Woman Take Off Her Earrings," narrated by Perry himself. It's available on Audible, and we've got a free download for you at alux.com/freebook. Number 5. Alicia Keys. She was only 12 years old when she started writing music and had her first record deal at Sweet 16. Alicia Keys is now worth about $150 million. Juggling school and a music career is not easy, which is why Keys opted to leave Columbia University after attending for just 1 month and focus on her career. According to CelebAnswers.com, the stress of balancing a burgeoning music career and juggling college classes proved to be a big feat for the busy teenager. But she does value the importance of education, as Keys once told Jet magazine, "I think school is important and I want to definitely go back, even if I have to do an internet college course." And speaking of internet courses, we've got a video on exactly that for you. Go check out 15 of the most valuable learning websites that are free, and you'll want to sign up today. Number 6. Jan Koum. At just 45 years old, Jan Koum has amassed a fortune of $10.8 billion. Not bad for a guy who was born in the Ukraine, immigrated to the US when he was a teenager with just his mom, lost his dad, and survived on the little money his mom made babysitting while he was a cleaner in a grocery store. His mom later succumbed to a long battle with cancer. Now, if you ever needed an inspirational story, this is it. Koum had an interest in programming since he was 18 and enrolled in San Jose State University. At the same time, he was working at Ernst & Young as a security tester, which is where he met Brian Acton. Koum dropped out of university, later he worked for Yahoo, and eventually, he and Brian Acton went on to invent WhatsApp. Number 7. Will Smith. Aren't you glad we're not introducing Will Smith the engineer to you and rather Will Smith the actor and musician? Because if Will Smith had accepted his admittance to a pre-engineering program at MIT, he may never have pursued his musical career, which spanned into many other areas. Will's son Jaden seems to have similar sentiments. A few years ago, he went on a huge Twitter tirade encouraging students to drop out of school. According to Business Insider, Jaden tweeted, "School is the tool to brainwash the youth." He continued saying if newborn babies could speak, they'd be the most intelligent beings on the planet, and concluded with, if everybody in the world dropped out of school, we would have a much more intelligent society. 23-year-old Jaden Smith is worth $8 million, while his father is worth $350 million. Number 8. Pete Cashmore. Named as one of the most influential people in 2012 by Time, Pete Cashmore has a dozen more accolades to add to his resume. The Scottish multimillionaire is the CEO of Mashable, which he founded when he was just 19. There's no doubt that you've been on Mashable at some point, and as pointed out by the site, Pete has continued to push Mashable to evolve from a tech blog to a global media company built around technology. Mashable attracts more than 20 million unique monthly views. Cashmore actually had several medical complications that meant he took 2 years longer to finish high school, and he never went on to attend college. Number 9. Jessica Alba. Success takes communication, collaboration, and sometimes failure. Note that Alba didn't mention a college degree. That's because a college degree doesn't guarantee success, and she's a true testament to that. Alba did graduate from high school, but according to California News Times, never enrolled in college or university. She took acting classes at the Atlantic Theater Company in New York. Not only did she go on to pursue a successful acting career, but her company, The Honest Company, was valued at just under $1 billion. She's one of the richest self-made women in the US, but as she says, it wasn't easy. People just saw me as a girl in a bikini in movies kicking butts. It took 3.5 years of lots of condescending nods. Number 10. Dave Thomas. He may not be alive anymore, but his legacy lives on. Wendy's, named after the first of his 5 children, was all thanks to Dave Thomas and the fact he couldn't find a decent hamburger to eat in Columbus, Ohio. His life was incredibly interesting, but we'll start when he was 12 years old and got his first job at Regus Restaurant in Knoxville, Tennessee. His father moved often, and by 15 he was working at the Hobby House restaurant in Fort Wayne, Indiana. When his father decided to move again, Thomas chose to stay behind and continue working. He dropped out of school and worked full-time at the restaurant. Decades later, he obtained his GED just like Tyler Perry did. Over time, Thomas worked closely with Colonel Sanders to bring KFC to town and make it profitable. In 1969, he opened up the first Wendy's, and today there are more than 6,500 Wendy's locations where everything is deliciously different. Alrighty, Luxers, have you had success in life without a college degree? If so, we'd love to hear what you've been up to create your success. Share with us and the community in the comments section. And of course, you stuck with us until the end. We have one more bonus story to share with you. Ellen DeGeneres has a net worth of $400 million and yet no college degree. She once did a semester at the University of New Orleans, but that's where her education ended. She did some crazy jobs like a stint as an oyster shucker, painted houses, and even sold vacuum cleaners, once again proving that life experience also has its advantages. Her gigs in comedy clubs during the 80s got her a spot on Johnny Carson's Tonight Show, which led to her own sitcom. And on that note, we say, be kind to one another. We'll chat with you again tomorrow, Aluxers. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and remember to hit that bell icon.